Myself Dandala Pranav, pursuing FY BCom from SDJIC. My roll number is 107, Division A. I am here to present my assignment 4. Theory of runs. We have seen that in any control chart, if one or more points fall outside control limit, the process is said to be out of control and the present assignable cause of variation is suspected in the process. The process can be brought under control by removing such assignable cause of variation. If all the sample points fall outside two control lines, the process is said to be under control and it may be concluded that only the changes cause of variations are present in the process. Sometimes all the points fall between two control limits, but the distribution may not be random. If sample to understand that the probability of any point falling on either side of control line is same, therefore the probability that a point fall on the upper side of the central line is 1 by 2 and that is point fall on the lower side of the central line is also 1 upon 2. At times, consecutive sample points fall on the side of the central line. This situation may not be regretted at random. The probability of two consecutive points falling on the upper side of the central line is similar. The probability that 7 consecutive points fall on the upper side of the central line is 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2 is equals to 1 upon 4. Similarly, probability that 7 consecutive points fall on the upper side of the central line is 1 upon 2 into 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 1 upon 2 is equals to 1 upon 128. In same way, the probability of 7 consecutive points falling on the lower side of the central line is also 1 upon 128. Thus, the probability that 7 consecutive points fall on the either side of central line is 1 upon 128 plus 1 upon 128 is equals to 1 upon 164. This probability is very less. Even of the 7 consecutive points falling on the one side of the central line may not be regretted normal as its probability is very low. In such case, it is not responsible to regard the process as control under. The falling of consecutive points on the same side of central line is said to be a run. If they fall on the upper side of the central line, it is said to be run above. And if the fall on the lower side of the central line, it is said to be run below. If run above or run below is observed in control chart, the shift is average may be suspected. If the run above is observed, the shift is on the average side of the upper side is suspected, and if the run below is observed, the shift is average on the lower side may be suspected. As discussed above, the probability of a run of 7 points on one side of the central line is very less, so the presentable of assignable cause may be suspected, and the process is said to be out of control. Thus, the deciding whether the process is under control or not. Even when all points fall within by control limits, the following guide rules above runs should be taken to controlled. Presence of assignable cause may be suspected if: first, all the 7 consecutive points fall on the same side of the central line. Second, 10 points out of the 11 consecutive points fall on one side of the central line. Third, 12 points out of 14 consecutive points fall on one side of the central line. Fourth, 14 points out of the 17 consecutive points fall on the one side of the central line. Fifth, 16 points out of the consecutive 20 points fall on one side of the central line. Here are some below given diagrams.